gentlemen, is competition a myth? Is competition unnatural? Is the universe complementary? Is the competition or the concept of competition created by all of us? That's the question which I'm going to raise in today's conversation. And let us look at this word, especially from the corporate point of view, because I'm going to limit my conversation to the corporate perspective, where the word competition is a word which has always been in vogue. This competition, there are a lot of books which are being written on the subject of competition. Now, if we try to see, is all this competition and the hue and cry around this competition, is it a myth or is it something which is a truth? I was reading it somewhere where I read that truth is always complementary. There is no competition when it comes to the truth. So this entire universe operates with the degree of being complementary, okay? Now this universe is a system. Organization also is a system, okay? Well, let's look at the word organization, okay? Now this word organization and the word organ, organism, organic, now all these words are related, okay? And when we say organization, I think the example could also be this entire body is an organization. And this body, which is called organization, has multiple organs, okay? And the another way to look at it could be that this entire body is a system, okay? And when we are talking about system, we are talking about multiple elements which are there in the system. And these elements are interdependent. These elements are mutual in nature. These elements are independent but together as a whole. And as a whole, they add value to each other. And that's what makes a system survive and live. So it is said that, look, a living organism is something which knows how to conserve, okay? And conserve what? Conserve the purpose, the basic idea with which the system has come into existence. Now let's shift to the organization. So organizations are also systems. There are multiple organs which are there in the organization. There are multiple verticals or the so-called tissues which are there. And this body, for example, is a composition of multiple systems, whether it is a respiratory system or it is a nervous system or it is an endocrine system, and So the organization also is a system where there is a purpose of existence, okay? And that purpose of existence needs to be served. The energy and the might of the organization has to go in the direction where the purpose exists. I mean, something which this organization wants to create and offer, okay? Now, people generally, talk about saying that, look, let's be practical about it, that, look, at the end of the day, what matters is the bottom line, okay? Yes, the bottom line is important, but then bottom line is not only the stuff. So, profit for an organization is like oxygen, that if I don't get oxygen, I do not survive. But the purpose of my life is not to inhale oxygen or exhale carbon dioxide. While the purpose is something different and something which is far above than inhaling oxygen. So, when there is a purpose in the organization and when the organization is clear about what the creation the organization is getting into, there cannot be competition, okay? And if there is something which is not working out the way it needs to work out, I think it's within the system that there is something which is happening, and what is happening within the system is creating a dissonance, and that dissonance could get expressed in the form of, any manifestation. But that competition or that dissonance is within, okay, and that is because there is a some way the natural element, the natural rhythm has got impacted, and it has got into a jeopardy, because of which there is a dissonance or a disturbance in the system. But there is no competition. The system remains complementary, and the system keeps doing every possible complementary thing to ensure that the system survives. So, ladies and gentlemen, organizations are also like systems. Organizations also have their purpose. And if all energy is there into the purpose, I think the competition does not exist. The competition comes up when I try to do something and there is somebody else who's also trying to do something, and we both are not able to understand the purpose, and we both are into what is called as a bloodbath, or the red ocean instead of what is called as a blue ocean. And it all appears to be something which is unnatural. I have a purpose, somebody else has a purpose, okay? I work for my purpose, you work for your purpose. Where is the question of competition, okay? And all this competition and over obsession with competition is there because that's the way we are being trained, that's the way we are being educated, okay? There is a competition which starts from the kindergarten and it goes till you leave the world. And I think it's not required. Can we make this place competition less and more purpose oriented? And the question is, where is that purpose going to come from? And that purpose has to have something to do with making this whole universe more beautiful, more livable, okay? It should add to the wellness which the nature offers us. While what is happening is something which is entirely different, okay? So the two organizations have two different purposes. They are in pursuit of different creation, and they both need to put their energy within the system and keep raising the bar of excellence and keep creating a delight which is not in competition with nature, but which is complementary to nature. We have all these challenges which are the so-called environmental challenges, okay? There is a talk about man versus environment, that look, this corporate world, all this which is getting created is all getting created at the cost of the environment being marred or environment being put into a threat. And I think those concerns are right, because in the process of creating that too with a short-term perspective, with a fragmented understanding of the word purpose, with a limited insight about the side effects of the wrong decisions which are being made within the system, I think the crux lies there. So, ladies and gentlemen, the question which I'm raising and which I want all of you to reflect is this competition worthy, okay? Is this competition adding value to us? Is this competition making this whole world a more sensible, beautiful, livable place? I think it is not. I don't know what I'm talking about is an utopia, or these are two different words, utopia and truth. Are they same? So what does not fit into my scheme of things becomes an utopia, and rest all is a competition. And I make my own truth, ignoring an important element of the truth, which is complementary. So there's a need to revisit this conditioning which we have been living with, that the competition, there is a competition among nations, there's a competition among individuals, there's a competition among people of different sects and different religion. There's a competition between one organization and another organization. I don't think it's all worth, okay? We need to think somewhere at a very fundamental level and a holistic level that look, competition is a myth. I'll tell you an example, okay, which I observed in nature, okay. So I have a peepal tree in front of my house, and I also have a mango tree which is next to the peepal tree. And one other day when I was exercising in my gym here on the terrace, I noticed that look, this peepal tree appears to be completely without leaf. It's all skeleton, and the tree next to the peepal tree, which is a mango tree, was flourishing with flowers, and there were mangoes also coming there. Okay, this was somewhere in summer, and my first response to it was that look, fine, it is could be because of summer. But then the question which came to mind was that why is it so that the people is shedding all leaves while mango is all flowers, and then there are mangoes coming, looks very growing. And this observation came, and then I got out of my exercise, and then I moved to the office. And then the second or the third day, I noticed another peepal tree which was in front of my office. And I could see the same behavior of the peepal tree, and it was again without leaf, though there was no mango tree next to it. But then I looked around mango trees in the city, and I found that look, it was summertime, it was a season time, and all mango trees were blossoming, and peepal trees were looking without leaves. And I realized that look how complementary the whole story is. When the mango tree wanted a lot of nutrition and the requirements were very high, and it wanted to have every possible thing from the nature, from the soil, so that mangoes can come to the fullest, the peepal tree got into shedding of leaf, limiting the resources consumed by the peepal tree. And I have the photographs also where when the peepal tree was without leaf, and 15 days, 20 days down the line, when the mango tree had, was done with the job, the peepal tree got into its natural rhythm, and then I started seeing those soft green leaves coming, and in a period of another week or 10 days, the peepal tree was back to the majestic beauty which generally the peepal tree is about. Now, this is an example of complementary, not competitive, okay? So there are two trees, there is the same sun, there is the same soil, there is a same environment, and look how things are getting worked in the nature, where one loses, one gains, and the whole thing moves around in a very rhythmic way, and end of the day, both appear green and both appear beautiful. Now, so is the case with the other aspects of the life, whether it is in the family, whether it is in the organization, whether it is in the society. I wish if this concept of competition is not there, this whole world could have been a very different creation. Imagine if this world would have been one place. I'm here in India today, and tomorrow I'm going to be in US. There is no visa, there is no other stuff which is required, and we don't get into a competition, okay? We look forward for how do we figure out similarities, and how do we figure out mutualities, and how do we talk it out that look, this is what I want to create, and this is what you want to create. I would help you in that creation. Can you help me in this creation? And ladies and gentlemen, the whole story will become very beautiful and very powerful. Think about it. Is competition a myth? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great day. Bye-bye.